I'm a religious studies major and an education minor, and as both of my interests collide into that, I wanted to combine them to make my independent study. I decided to do a case study at St. Mary's of the Immaculate Conception Catholic School, which for those that aren't familiar with it, it's a school downtown. Schooling has an impact on everyone in some sort of capacity. And throughout my schooling, I've had the opportunity to attend private, parochial, as well as public. I originally had the interest of looking into why people go to those certain types of school. So I thought, what not better to do than do a case study and look at the motivations behind the parents that send their kids to St. Mary's. I conducted my interview by doing interviews with 6 mothers, all of which that ranged in denomination as well as their involvement at the particular school. So I had 2 mothers that were enormously active and go to church regularly, 2 who were moderately active and go to church every once in a while, and 2 who were not actually affiliated, one that was Protestant and one that does not religiously affiliate. All of them gave me great insight into why they picked St. Mary's for their children. St. Mary's is a kindergarten through 8th grade school that serves over 139 children and has been as a school for 75 years. I conducted these 6 interviews by posing 10 questions about their faith, as well as kind of seeing where they align with their interest in sending their kids to go to school there. After about my last interview, it became clear that there were 2 major findings, one of which was the perceived better academics. Parents thought their children were being pushed harder academically in the classroom, as well as learning to be a community member in the city of Worcester. The second major finding I found was that the parents thought their children were gaining faith formation, which is a simple way of putting the children were understanding religion as a whole, as well as getting a deeper understanding of Catholicism. It was interesting to gain their insights and collaborate with my interests, as well as see what my parents might have thought when they sent me to Catholic school. Thank you.
A few minutes for questions for Francis. I want to ask, what surprised you most in your findings?
So clearly, as someone that went to Catholic school, I had some sort of biases going into this, which I tried to completely wipe away to kind of just get the real answers. So I thought there was going to be a little more of a discipline factor, and I don't know if you all are familiar with like Catholic schools maybe being a little more strict, or
Nuns.
Traditional and nuns in the most like basic form. So I thought there would be a little more sight of that within my interviews.
Yes.
Did all 6 of the parents send only one child to school?
No, so that actually ranged. It was actually a coincidental factor that the 2 most active mothers had more than 5 children that have either been through or are currently attending St. Mary's. And then as I got to the like lesser active mothers, there were like 1 or 2 children per attending the school.
Mark.
I was curious about the mothers who appeared to be less religious active in terms of their support of the faith formation portion of the education.
Yeah.
Whether there was any connection.
That was more where the perceived better academics came through. I think a lot of the parents that weren't as active also kind of a little bit hinted on the faith formation, but I think they were engaged and interested that their students were understanding, or their children were understanding religion as a whole, and maybe not specifically Catholicism, but they were getting a deeper understanding of religion and how it's like affecting our society.
How well does the perceived better academics reflect reality?
I am in no position to answer that because I do not have children that go there, or I have never been there as a student, but it seems due to like the application process, they take tests to get in, and like the whole enrollment process kind of aligns with maybe richer or deeper academics as opposed to public schools.
Sandy?
Did it raise another research question that you wanted to study as a result?
Yeah, so coincidentally enough, well maybe not even coincidentally, all the people I interviewed were women, so I think it would have been interesting to gain a male's perspective, as well as maybe have like the whole family unit there so they could all give insight rather than just like the single approach of the mother.
Good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.